I, 26F, work for an amazing small engineering company but have always had an issue with a woman named Cheryl. Cheryl is a holdover office manager from when the current owner's dad founded the company and the company is her queendom. I actually feel very sorry for her because she's divorced, her kids don't speak with her and I think the company is the only thing that she is going in her life. She is like a grandma to the current owner but he has admitted that he can't wait until she retires because she is overbearing with him too. The company had an amazing year and our owner decided that we were essentially going to shut down for the month of June and he was going to host an optional retreat in Mexico where he would pay for all food, drinks and accommodations but we had to pay for our plane ticket. When I found out Cheryl was not planning on going, I could not sign up fast enough. I flew down with a friend/coworker and the second we got our bags put away it was bikinis on and straight to the swim-up bar. On the way down the hallway we ran smack into Cheryl. We tried to be pleasant but she looked me up and down like I was dressed like a street walker and she looked so disgusted. My friend and I walked along smirking that we weren't in the queendom and made jokes about finding Cheryl a nice man so she'd either get laid or kidnapped. By the time we got to the pool Cheryl had sent out a group text reminding us that we were on a work trip and we should choose our outfits to reflect the prestige of the company paying for the trip. We could not stop laughing and we agreed that our best bet was to avoid Cheryl for the week. When we were on our way back to the room Cheryl intercepted us in the hallway. She seriously must have been staring out her peephole waiting on us, and she said that when she sent the group text she meant that I should change out of that immediately, she said while pointing basically at my ass. I said I was sorry Cheryl but this isn't a work trip and my bikini was totally appropriate for the resort. She said we are a company founded on Christian principles and we should dress as such. I suck so bad at confrontation and this was one of those things where 5 minutes after I had a million witty things to say but all I could come up with was that I will wear a sarong in the hotel but this is all I brought for the pool and beach. She said you get paid well enough, guy buy something more appropriate. The get paid enough comment made me see red because that is so none of her business and I worked my ass off through a male-dominated field and shit jobs and took a huge risk to work for a small company because I wanted a job that cared about me. I told her Cheryl, I hate confrontation but you can go fuck yourself, that was so out of line. For the first time since I've met Cheryl she was actually speechless and just turned around and went in her room and closed the door. My friend thought it was the funniest thing she'd ever seen and said she was so proud of me for sticking up for myself. Initially I felt good about it too but ever since yesterday I am just racked with guilt and I feel like a major asshole. I feel like there were a million other ways I could have handled it and I should not have let Cheryl see that she upset me. She is a very lonely person and though I don't like her, I don't need to say such cruel things to her. I feel like an asshole. Ida? Edit, for the people asking, my swimsuit was from a company called Kokolova. They really only make one style and I guess it's probably best described as cheeky and not really a thong but they have a tendency to ride up my butt since I have wider hips. Yes my checks were visible but it was far from dental floss. Edit 2, while people are really focused on the swimwear, I do have pics of the swimsuit on me when I was tubing with my family last weekend on my Instagram but not sure if that's safe to send out a link? This is my first ever post on a sub like this so I guess can I get some input on that? Also my friend actually had a one piece but it's a full-on thong is very cute on her but she didn't get the same look from Cheryl because she had a cover up on her bottom when we were in the hotel.